everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Tonya, and if you're returning, well, today I'm going to be working on my fall series. In these designs, I use mostly Dollar Tree items, and they turned out to be some beautiful neutral fall decor. So I hope you enjoy, like, share, and subscribe. Let's go ahead and jump into the first one, which is Thankful and Blessed Wall Art. Now for this design, I used some of those little wooden signs from Dollar Tree. I did pick my wreath up at Dollar General, but they do have some at Dollar Tree also. Now I'm going to go ahead and peel that paper off there, and I sanded these down. Now I did end up using some of these little sticks that I had picked up at Lowe's, and these are shims actually. They're a little thinner on one side, but they worked really well. I just kind of alternated them and flipped them different directions. And I'm going to be using some of this cashew paint, and like I said, I wanted to pull just a little bit of the fall colors into this one, but I really like how it turned out. I think it still looks wonderful with the neutral decor. Now I want to drag some of that ivory white right through the top here and just give it just almost like that little aged look, but in the lighter color tone. But everyone, I thought this turned out so pretty. And then I thought I'm going to try something a little different, and I'm going to try to pull out the colors that I had found in this wreath that I had picked up. And it worked out so great. Now you can see I'm kind of mixing up all these different colors, and what I'm trying to do is pull in that color of that rust colored wheat there. And I'll show you the three colors that I used, and that was the burnt sienna and some of the yellow orchid, and then some of the Waverly antique wax. And my suggestion is just to kind of mix those colors together until you can get the color that you want that looks pretty to your eye. And isn't this such a pretty combination? I really love how this turned out. And like I said, I really think that it still goes with the neutral decor theme. But everyone, this was such a fun design, and I had been wanting to make another wall art piece, and I was really happy with how this one turned out. But I could not resist this little wreath that I had picked up. And of course, I'm going to be taking some of the Thankful and Blessed faux leather wording and pop that right on there. And this made just a wonderful design. And then I decided to add some lights, and everyone, look how pretty this turned out. So you'll definitely have to let me know what you think of this design in the comments below. But everyone, I will be doing, like I said, this is the Dollar Tree DIYs today. And then I'm going to be working on another thrift store makeover type video for the weekend. Now here's our second one, the pumpkin shelf sitter made with the wood rings. And everyone, this was so light and airy. I just love this design. I was taking some more of my antique Waverly wax and just putting a coat of that on there and wiping it down. And then I decided to use that ivory paint again and just pop that on those little rings. But I just love the airy and fresh feel of this design. Now I will tell you, I used a little tack, you'll see here in a moment. It did split my wood a little bit, but that was okay. I just filled it up with some super glue. But I would suggest, if you try this design, to use maybe a staple gun, or you could just glue these down if you weren't going to put these in a booth or something to sell. But I wanted to make sure they were secure. And the reason I put that little piece of burlap on there before I started hot gluing is because sometimes the hot glue and the super glue do not mix well. But this dried great, and everything held permanently the next day. So what a fun little design this one was. And I just decided to take some of that little white wheat color that I had in my craft stash, and you see I popped some of my little greenery in there from Dollar Tree. And then I did just hot glue on these little stems and just a little burlap bow, and that pretty much finished this design off. And I just think it turned out so pretty, everyone. And here you'll see a little video of where I have this one displayed on the shelf. Now for our next DIY, we're going to be creating these pumpkin shelf sitters. And everyone, I was so happy to find these in the Halloween section. When you take all of that mesh off of there, you're left with these beautiful wire pumpkins. And I knew exactly what I was going to do with these. And then I pulled out a couple of my candlesticks that I had picked up at Dollar Tree, of course. And I just used my E6000 and a little dab of hot glue and glued them right on there. And then I had some of these flowers that were actually in my craft box. So I decided just to pull these out and use them because I really wanted this one to have some of that white decor in there. And you guys know how much I love white. And I just love how these turned out. I thought these were another really nice and airy and just a really fun design. And then I decided just to pop in some of those fall leaves just for that little bit of contrast. But everyone, look how pretty these look setting on the shelf. Now for our next DIY, we're going to be doing this reversible pumpkin shelf sitter. And everyone, these are so fun. I hope that some of you were able to find these 3 pumpkins. And they come in the white and they come in this natural color. And I just decided to paint the bottom there with that antique wax. And I did just a light coat. And then I'm going to take and paint these with that ivory white. And oh goodness, these turned out so pretty. And I just very lightly brushed this on. I was trying not to get too much of it down into the lines that run across there. And I kind of just drug it through to make it look like an old board. And I did sand it down a little bit, but everyone, I just thought this was another really simple and light, airy design. And that's why I decided just to paint the pumpkin stems instead of wrapping any twine around there. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and paint the back. And I wanted to pull in some more of those colors. And that's when I decided to go ahead and use that ivory color. I think it's like an ivory white, maybe. And I decided to use that one. And then I used the Italian sage for the green. And then I did, let me see what the yellow is. I used the sunflower yellow. And wow, I thought these just turned out so pretty. Now I do end up taking some of my Waverly clear wax, and I love using a sponge to apply this, and that just kind of brings out, you know, the scratches and the where you sanded it down and the colors. I just really love the way that makes it look. And then I ended up taking just some wire that I had and making the little tendrils for the pumpkins and having them kind of curl up there. And I thought that left this design being very simple, and it just turned out so pretty. And I love that you can reverse it and have some different colors, or you can just have it the way that I like it right here with that neutral color palette. But everyone, I hope you are enjoying today's DIYs. I know I am so happy that tomorrow is the first day of fall, and I hope that it cools down in our area. I know it's still a little warm here, so hopefully we'll have that fall weather to go with all these wonderful fall designs that everyone is creating. Well, everyone, while we're watching me create the next one, it's very simple. It's just a little riser. I did want to say thank you to everyone, once again, that has been subscribing to my channel. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you consider doing so. I would love to have you as part of my YouTube family. And this Saturday, I will be telling everyone about the giveaway and what you need to do to be entered into that. And like I said, I am going to be working on the thrift store makeovers. But everyone, I will tell you, I am starting to do a little bit with TikTok, so there is a link in the description if you'd like to follow me over there. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, because I'll post things that are coming up on there also. But everyone, I do hope that you have enjoyed today's mostly Dollar Tree DIYs, and don't forget to leave me a comment below and let me know if you had a favorite one today. And here is how I decided to display my riser with some of the items that I had created today, and I think they turned out beautiful, and I hope that you do also. Well, everyone, have a wonderful and blessed rest of the week, and I will see you this weekend.